YouTube. It is super bright out here in Colorado. We got about a foot of snow in November, which is uncommon. Yes, we get snow out here, but not a foot. This is what it's like. Today I want to talk about something called, not something that I used to brief people many years ago, leaders, Air Force leaders. I would meet with commanders or superintendents. These are high-ranking officers and enlisted, and I would meet with them because that was part of my job. And one of the questions I would ask them that I was taught to ask is, what keeps you up at night? And I think that's a very powerful question because that can relate to anybody. You don't have to be a high-ranking military individual for that question to be asked. So I want to ask you, what keeps you up at night? And I want to give you one example. For the most part, I sleep great at night. Almost every night. That's the norm. There's not a lot of things that keep me up at night. But when I ask that question, that's, I think, a very powerful question because it makes you think. It makes me think of, is there something that's keeping me up, and what is it? And if there is something that's keeping us up, that's one thing. But more importantly, what are we going to do about it? And so I would ask these leaders, what keeps you up at night? And they would have their response. Whatever that was. I want you to think about that. What keeps you up at night? And identify it, be aware, and then do something about it. We can do something about it. For the most part, we have control over our lives. Remember that. If there's something in your life that is off, that's not good, I'm going to ask you the question, more importantly, is what are you going to do about it? And the reason I'm thinking about this is because in the last month, I've had two nights where I would toss in the middle of the night, but I was awake for an hour because there was something on my mind, and I'm going to share that with you in a moment. This is just an example of how you can apply it, how you can relate to it. And if you have something that's keeping you up at night, here's the answer. What are you going to do about it? So I want you to think about that. What's kept me up 2 times in the last month is I built a carport. I'm not a handy guy. I had some help with my son, my wife, my 2 friends at different times, but for the most part, I created this. And it looks beautiful, but with all this snow, I realized I have to fix something. And I'm going to share that with you. I'm going to flip the camera. I'm going to share with you the carport, which is right over there. And with all this snow, I realized I should have gone with my plan A. My plan A was to have these center posts for this carport. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is I should have slanted the roof more. Yesterday morning when I woke up, I got onto this carport and there was about 10 inches to 12 inches of snow on top. So this was literally coming down a little bit. It was not a good thing. So I had to get up there and do it. This is something that I wanted to do. I'm going to make it look good. I'm not done. And the next thing is, what am I going to do about it? I'm going to put a post in the center. 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to stabilize it and make it better. After that, I'm going to go back on top of the roof and add more sealant. So this dream of having this thing is going to be beautiful. This is the first time you've seen this. I'm very proud, but I'm also not done. I am far from done because I want something that's going to be good. What keeps you up at night? It could be something, a relationship. It could be your job, your school, your career. It could be maybe trouble that you're in or a situation. I want you to think about that. This is not done. I'm going to fix the inside, and maybe one day I can give you an update. And yes, that opens up as well. It comes all the way over here. Very happy about this. Again, this is what's been keeping me up at night. You can see a little bow here, but I'm going to stabilize this. I'm going to fix my situation. And I want you to fix your situation, whatever it is. That way you can have a good night's sleep, something that I'm sure you can relate to. You take care.